Sports betting brethren, hey, bring it up, and thanks for stopping by. My name is Boyd. I'm a sports day trader, and this channel is all about trying to help you get better, win more, profit more, use all the betting tools, all the data-driven information and insights from Oddsjam, and all the tools that we can provide to help you make money. Today we're talking about how and why Oddsjam work, how do the tools work, why do they work, and why it's just math. And it's pretty fun to go with when you're making money, because it's going to happen over and over again when you put yourself in a positive EV position. Let's take a look. All right, guys, I want to remind you, too, that if you want to get involved with Oddsjam and use the tools, the betting tools, to increase your ROI and increase your bankrolls significantly, happy to do a one-on-one phone call with you. Welcome to sit down and kind of talk about a quick scenario of where you're located, what you're doing, kind of what's working, and try to really help you get on track to use the tools as you get going with Oddsjam. And, of course, if you've already made that decision to get going, make sure you use Boyd20. BOYD 20 is going to save you 20% off your first 2 months of the subscription to get all the data, all the insights, all the tools, whatever package you go with, because that's really where it's all at. It's in the math. And that's what I'm going to explain today. I'm going to go through the how and the why of why all this works, and why it's a very, very critical tool to use to profit. All right, guys, here we go into the why. Why do the tools at Oddsjam put you in a position to have an edge? And really, the first thing you need to understand is the concept of odds. Okay, so odds and probability. And then a little bit further on down, you have implied probability. And so Oddsjam has done a great job of putting together a library of all the different articles and videos and teaching tools at the website. And so Alex has done a great job. Alex Monahan has done a great job of describing this in previous videos. But I'm going to just kind of go through the breakdown real quick with you to help you understand why it works. All right, so here we go into the why the Oddsjam tools work, and really it is the math behind the sports betting. This is a great article, some great videos here done by Alex Monahan. Alex is one of the co-founders of Oddsjam, and he is a Stanford grad in math and computer science, and has some YouTube videos that go through all this. Even years ago when I first have discovered, kind of come across Alex and his information. But really the first thing you understand is the sports books have a VIG. The VIG is basically a commission or a cost that they charge to take the bet, to take the wager. And so certainly the higher the VIG, the worse it is, or the more expensive it is for you, really. So when you hear VIG and no VIG, the VIG is basically the price, the bet, the odds that you get, the payout that you get. And typically it's minus 110. That's kind of the standard across the sports books is minus 110, and then whatever line you get. Now, what you'll find is if the line or the line is say minus 2.5 versus minus 3, that's very, very important. So sometimes they might charge you more VIG. But the first thing is the VIG and understanding how that cost is to you relative to the implied probability. And here in the video, Alex goes through the implied probability, which is really when you see a wager, you can see here, if it's minus 200, that shows you that, the implied probability is that's going to win 66% of the time. But the problem is, what if that implied probability is incorrect? What if the probability of that bet should have been closer to, say, minus 150? Well, you just overpaid. And that's part of the whole value here of Oddsjam. It's giving you the data to show you the market prices, where the market makers are showing you where they are, and then you can compare that to find a positive expected value, a better value, a better price. This comparatively is when you're buying low, selling high, and that's what the tools do here. As you scroll down, there's again more information here relative to this probability. And at even 100, that's the coin toss, right? That's the coin flip at 50-50. Well, again, person might say, well, I was 8-1. Well, were you taking minus 300 money line bets? And were you really getting, a positive EV, or really getting, a good winning record based on what you were paying for what you were getting? So when people tell you that, you'd rather have a person that's actually, 3 for 10, but they're betting plus 900 versus a person that says, oh, wow, I went 7-3. But I was betting minus 400. In reality, they're going to lose money over the course of the long term. And that's what Oddsjam does. It gives you the tools to profit over the long haul with all the different probability, odds, and market-making book prices to show you the outliers. And that's why it works. It's giving you the data. It's giving you the information. You can never get on your own to keep up with as fast as it moves to make these decisions, make these choices, and find these bets. And so again, at the end of the day, it's flipping the script. It's basically putting you in a position to have an edge, which you have to have a mathematical edge in order to profit in sports betting. All right, and lastly, I want to give you a very good example of what I'm talking about. When I say Oddsjam provides you the tools with the positive expected value page, here's what you can see. There's a percent edge. This is a market edge that you would have based upon pinnacle, the sharpest sports book in the world. And so basically it's the smartest kid in the class, right? You're getting the answers from the smartest kid in the class. And so basically the outliers are the other kids here that don't have the best answers. And so what it's going to do is also give you a confidence level. So the tool here is going to give you a confidence level or a market width, which at this point of 15 is very, very low, which is very, very good. That's excellent. Now, what you might want to see sometimes this percentage of the market a little bit higher, but this is calculating a bet size that would fit your Kelly criterion risk factor. So it's telling you or suggesting, it's not telling you what to do, it's just giving you an idea that in this scenario with this percentage at this wager at this sports book, at this bet, at this line, under this predicament, you could open this up and get verification as you expand and see that the market here, Pinnacle, sharpest book in the world, is minus 134, but you're buying it at minus 118. Okay, all the other books are up at that higher level as well, at least some of the books. And if you open this page up a little bit further, you go to the event and you can see that this minus 2 is actually a very, very good thing, because if you're at minus 2.5 here, minus 110, actually minus, okay, as you can see here, there's value. There's value in the green. It's giving you all the details, all the information you need in the markets of all these market prices and all the market making sports books that you can get your hands on. It's compared and saying, hey, this is a good value. Here's a good bet. Here's the positive EV, positive edge, and this is why this tool works for you over and over again. So the concept is to use this information so that you can do this multiple times over multiple platforms of sports books and really diversify your portfolio to make positive EV bets that are going to continue to make money over and over again. This is how and why it's done, and I really hope you appreciate the understanding that this tool is something that you kind of need to have in order to profit in this type of environment. And lastly, you can see some of the market data. You can see some of the market movement here. And that's really going to give you a good indication here of how this pricing is changing and where the market's going. So you can see here, it was hey, minus 118 earlier. Now it's at minus 132. That's a strong indication that the money's coming in and going on that particular side. So you have an outlier here. You have a place that's not caught up with the market yet, and you're taking advantage of that price opportunity to profit for yourself. Now, one more thing here is you can see when you put this bet in, it's going to keep track of it in the bet tracker. If you choose to put the $70 in here, that's what you can do. It makes it really simple to go in here and keep track and save all this information. And we'll show you in future videos how all this data can be used to really use to your advantage to make more money relative to what you've learned in your pricing and your bet wagering with the tool itself. All right, guys, there you go. There's the how, and there's some very good examples of why the math works with the Oddsjam betting tool. So again, make sure you use Boyd20 when you get signed up, and as always, appreciate you stopping by. Make sure you leave any feedback down below, because if you have any questions or other topics you want me to cover in the betting education, the bet school world here, happy to do it. I just want to try to help you increase your ROI in sports betting, because it's a hell of a lot more fun when you're making some money. So again, appreciate you stopping by. Let's go make some math.